If you're thinking of being a freelancer and earn a lot of money because you are fed up of your 9 to 5 monotonous job which is boring and you see no growth in your future. On the other hand, freelancers are working on hills, on beaches, beautiful cafes and hopping from one place to another. And when you open your LinkedIn profile, you see a lot of motivational posts that talks about freelancing and pursuing freelancing. But before you quit your job and start freelancing, I want you to check if you're meeting these 5 points that I'm mentioning in this video. And if you're ticking all the 5 points, then you're free to go for freelancing and then quit your job and pursue freelancing. But if you're missing out of any of these 5 points, I would suggest you to take 6 months or 1 year of time and think about it and work on these points that I mentioned and meet those goals and then pursue freelancing. Because this is coming from a very personal note. I have done a ton of mistakes. There was no one to guide me when I started freelancing. There were very few, but there was no special coaches or any special videos that told me how to pursue this thing. So all the 5 points that I mentioned right here, they come from my failures and the mistakes that I have done in the last 3 years of my freelancing, and as well as before quitting, there's certain points that I missed out on thinking. Only after I quit my job, I realized that okay, I did a mistake. I should have at least followed those points or met those criteria before quitting my job. Okay, now let's understand what are the 5 points that I'm talking about. The first one, why? Why you want to be a freelancer. Understand your why. Before I share all the 4 practical points that I'll be talking following this point, I want you to ask this intrinsic question. Why do you want to be a freelancer? Because when you will be starting out, you won't get clients, and the clients that you get won't pay you, and the clients that pays you won't be paying you enough. Once you quit your job, there is no turning back. The motivation that you will be having before quitting your job, that will be vanished in just 2 weeks when you won't be getting any clients. There'll be people who will mock you for your decisions. They'll make you fun and which will break your confidence. When you will be going through such difficult situation, you will start questioning your own decision. At that time, you should know your why. Why you have opted for freelancing. Why you are facing all these difficulties. You should know why you have been doing this, why you need to face these challenges. Okay, I want to achieve that. That's why I'm going through these tough situations. And you'll know that to reach your why, to that particular desire, you need to go through such challenges. And that will give you that endurance or perseverance to perceive this tough situation. So for me, my why was very clear. Even before I started my job, in my interview process itself, I told my interviewer that I'll be working with you for 1 year to learn all the things. I'll put in all the efforts to learn everything, and I just need a minimum salary, but I will be learning everything. I'll be implementing. I will dedicate all my time for you. So that's what I did. I learned every stuff over there and worked in the company for 1.5 years, learned everything, implemented many strategies and campaigns of my own, discussing with my seniors, learned many stuff from there, and that's when I went for the freelancing. And for me, my why was very clear. I wanted to be a freelancer because I wanted to be independent of location and time. I wanted to work the time that I wanted to, and I wanted to work from cafes and work from different locations. I wanted to travel, and I wanted to spend a lot of time with my families when I want to, like anyone, with my family, my parents, when in the future, if I will have kids, my wife, or if they want my time, I wanted to be there with them. So that was a clear reason why I wanted to be a freelancer. And I knew that that was not possible through the job, because I'm talking about a scenario before COVID time, before lockdown, where people were not working from home. That idea itself was not introduced, and freelancing was one such way through which one can do work from home. This work from home culture in the companies, corporates was not introduced back then. The second point is save money for at least 6 months of your runway. We know that people in our generation, Gen Z or millennials, they need to provide money to their family every month to meet their needs. Then we have EMIs, insurance, then we have SIPs. So you don't want this thing to break when you're pursuing your freelancing. That's why you shouldn't take decision of quitting a job instantly. Think about it. Plan about your freelancing as journey. You should plan beforehand, like 6 months or 1 year before, so that you can save money for at least 6 months for your runway. Like even if you don't get your first clients within the 6 months, you should be able to survive and meet all the requirements that you have in the day-to-day life. You need money for your stay. If you're staying in Bangalore, Hyderabad or any major cities, you need to provide the rent, you need to buy your groceries. So you should not compromise on these things. This is very important point, because if you don't have that money in your hand, then you would need the very first client very early. You will say yes to every other opportunity. Like there are clients who will make use of it. That especially happens in the initial days when you don't have enough money. You will say yes to every other clients. You will sign contracts. You will do everything to get your first client. What happens is that you will end up compromising on the quality of your service, compromising on the sleep. You don't want to do that. You don't want to compromise on those things. You should have that runway so that you can say yes. You can wait for the good clients to come to you. Don't say yes to every other clients. That will be only possible when you have that assurance. Okay, even if I say no to them, I have enough money to take care of my family and other needs. 6 months of balance at your bank account, then you will be more assured and you will wait for the right client to come to you. Instead of saying yes to every other clients, some clients will be really toxic. I know that there will be people who won't pay you advance. There will be people who won't give you. There will be clients that won't pay you the total amount. They will ghost you. They won't reply to your messages. Those things happen. So you don't want those things to happen with you. For that reason, it's better to have some runway and wait for the right clients. When you will be saving money for this 6 months of runtime, you will also get time to build branding. So work on, there are certain things that even before quitting your job, before starting freelancing, you can do that can boost your freelancing when you will be available. You can build a personal brand on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and the moment that you quit a job, you can use that network on your favor to get projects. Third point, necessary skill sets for your services. Before you quit your job, understand if you have all the necessary skill sets and resources that you need to provide services to your clients. If not, have a network of people who will help you with this kind of services. For example, I'm a performance marketer. I deal with Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, all those ads that you see over there, YouTube ads, all those ads. But I don't do design. For example, I'm a performance marketer. I deal with Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Twitter, funnel creation, all those are done by me. But I don't do designs. I don't know how to create ads, Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro. I did not know that. So how do I get ads created? By getting help from other people. So before I quit my job, I had a network of people in the industry who can help me with designs or copywriting. You don't want to onboard a client and be clueless about how to provide services to them. Like you know how to provide your skill set, but you have no clue how to get other resources as well. So you need to build resources while you are in a job, so that can help you in the future. So that's why you need to build a network. You need to build a like-minded connections with the other people in the industry who can help you with your work in the future. And the fourth and most important point that I have to mention in this video is about to ask you to learn about sales and build an interest towards operations. If I would have to go back in time and give myself one suggestion, then it would be about sales. Understand that when you become a freelancer, you need to think about your freelancing as a business. You are an entrepreneur. On other words, it's solopreneur, one-man business. I quit my job because I was confident on my skill sets. I knew that if I get any clients, I'll be able to get results for them through the paid ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, all those ads. As I've been working in a digital marketing agency, I was able to work on different campaigns for different clients from different industries. So that's the kind of exposure that you get, and you have to build a different strategies for each client based on their demand, their requirement, their KPIs that they follow. And since I was very much involved in that work for initial days in doing my digital marketing agency while I was doing my internship and as an analyst, so I was working very closely with different departments and build different strategies. So I was getting a good exposure right there. So that gave me a confidence that if I get a clients, I will be able to get them results. But what I missed out is that how to get clients. Even while working as a digital marketer in the digital marketing agency, it was not my job role to understand how to get invoice, how to create an invoice, how to schedule meetings, how to create proposal for your clients, how to get payments from internationally or domestically. So all those things were part of a business, which I was never exposed to until I started freelancing. So I realized that I should have learned about all this operations part as well as sales part. Okay, operations part can be learned later, but sales, you guys have no idea how many audiobooks and how many books I have read on sales in the last 3 years. A lot. So many books from Zig Ziglar, like Secrets of Closing the Sale. Then I learned about how to write copy, and lot many other books for successful strategies for sales. So you need to build an interest for the sales if you want to be a freelancer or you want to build any business. I think this is one thing that is very much misunderstood. Sales is very important part of any business, so people need to learn how to sell. If you have liked this video and have found some value out of it, then do subscribe to my channel, because I know that you have not done that. So please subscribe. And my fifth point right here is surround with the right set of people. So when you start as a freelancer, you are no one. You are single. You don't have employees, you don't have manager, you don't have manager to ask you to work, you don't have manager to ask you to come out, get out of your bed and work, you don't have manager who keeps a deadline on you, you don't have any boss whom you are answerable to, you don't have any colleagues to speak to or bitch about your managers. There is nobody. And that happened with me a lot. So in the first initial days, I was finding it very difficult to keep myself disciplined, to put deadlines for myself, because I don't have any manager who asks me to complete one task in certain time. Not even client does that. But it is very important for us to meet certain deadlines, because that will create an impression on your client. You need to consider that. Many times even clients won't tell you, but they will judge you based on your commitment to your work. And for that, you have to be disciplined. And that discipline is very important as a freelancer or as a business owner. Maybe after 1.5 years of working from my table from this desk, I realized that I need some friends, or I need to meet people who have very common interests, or people who are in my circle or in this same industry, who are freelancing, who are doing providing some sort of services related to me. So that is when I decided to visit Bangalore. And since I've been very active on LinkedIn during my freelancing time, I had met friends whom I knew virtually. I have read their posts, but I've never met them. Being in Bangalore gives a lot of opportunity to meet similar faces who have been in your industry. And I met a lot of many people, and it was amazing. You guys won't understand that how much supportive these guys are, the LinkedIn community. I would suggest that you guys should meet people in person whom you know virtually, like in LinkedIn. So when I went to Bangalore, I stayed there for nearly 4 months, and I met a lot of people. So there's a community that is there in Bangalore, similarly in Chennai, in Delhi. So I realized that only after I went there, there's an inner circle that happens when you visit that place. You realize that people support each other in their growth. Don't expect them to give you clients, or at least they would reach out to you for your support in some sort of, but don't expect that. I would suggest that do this one-on-one meeting with your LinkedIn friends or connections to listen to the story, to share your failures and your achievements and all this stuff, so that you guys can support to each other. So that is the community building aspect that comes out of this LinkedIn. Or in fact, even when I was in right here, I used to connect with my LinkedIn connections through Zoom calls. If you have any suggestions, feedback or questions related to freelancing, comment down below this video and follow me on LinkedIn as well. I'm very much active on LinkedIn, so reach out to me over there and we can connect and discuss personally as well.